morning, everyone. My name is Mike. My channel is MDH5169, and I want to start out this morning by wishing a very, very happy birthday to my lovely wife, Kristen. It's going to be a good day. What do we have on the agenda? Well, I hear tell that the Z06, the C6 Z06 should be ready for dyno this afternoon, I'm hoping. And I'm hoping to at least get over and get a few runs, kind of hear it, maybe see a few numbers and everything like that. I don't know if they'll get it completely done today or not. Hopefully they will, but like I said, it's my wife's birthday, so we've got plans this evening with family and everything like that, so I won't be able to stay too long. Before that, we're going to run Vasco up to Modesto. He's got his Camaro up there. He had some issues with the striping. You remember there's striping on the hood and on the trunk, and he had some issues with that, so he was going to get that actually ripped off, and he may have another company put that back on. But first, we're heading over to the workshop. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you really should. I posted a picture last night, and hold on, I'll show you the picture. So yes, I'm driving, but I'm driving really slow. Okay, so I posted that picture because I was sitting on the side of the road. I decided, since the truck was running, we knew it still needed a new ignition, but it was working. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take this truck out for a drive. As I'm driving home, I noticed the stereo cut out on me a couple of times. I just thought, well, bad wiring for the stereo, no big deal. Well, I'll just have to get that looked into. Well, the next thing I know, the stereo went out. A couple seconds later, the truck completely died on me, and I saw a lot of smoke coming from under the hood, from behind the truck. Truck was completely dead. No lights, no signals, wasn't running, whatever. Got off the road, got out, popped the hood, and sure enough, I had a small fire going on down on where the starter is. And so, long story short, I got the fire out with some dirt. I had nothing with me. I'm gonna have to start carrying fire extinguishers in my vehicles. Definitely a lesson there, but I got it all out, and well, lo and behold, there it is. All right, as you can see, the negative lead completely got toasted, and I do believe the problem is that my main terminal lead going down there goes right up next to the header, so it's no wonder that caught on fire and burned up and I lost power to everything. Yeah, that makes complete and total sense now. So Eddie should be here in a little while. Luckily, I don't think it did really any damage as far as the motor, the headers, or anything like that. Maybe spark plug wires might have gotten a little singed right there, so might have to change out the spark plug wires, but I don't think there was anything major done because I got it pretty quick and I got it out pretty quick. So should be a fairly easy fix. Still not sure. I still probably would like to at least hopefully get a drive and then maybe take it down and have the wiring all gone through, just to be on the safe side, because I do really like this truck. The more, I mean, driving around yesterday and just kind of getting to know it a little bit, that was the first time I'd really spent any time with it. I really do kind of like it. I've got a few plans for it, but I think it would be a nice driver. I do find it kind of interesting because I was just talking to my mom there a minute ago, and I had a 72 Chevy long bed way back when, and I remember I was driving it one day and had the air conditioning going because it had factory air, and the compressor caught on fire. So the only two car fires I've ever had have been in 72 Chevy pickups. I'm not sure what that's saying, and it could be an omen, but I'm just going to ignore it. Okay, so as you can see, the workshop is fairly full right now. We still have Wade's Miata. That's Eddie's granddaughter's car over there. That's probably going to be here for a little while. And we really need to leave some room over there so we can get the quads out, because we're starting to get kind of busy with the orchard and things are starting to happen there. So you know, this one's fairly minor, just a few things to do to it, and we can get it out, but of course we can't move it out until we move these out, so we got to get these going. So the shoebox hopefully will be up and running here sooner, because we need to just get it moved. And it's my aspiration to have all the vehicles back in the one shop over there all together under the same roof at some point in time. I got my fingers crossed, guys, I really do. I do apologize too if my videos, if they ever seem like choppy, or maybe if you don't follow me. Sometimes I get really excited when I'm telling a story and I kind of forget to say, oh, I'm talking about this person or this car or what have you. Apologize for that. I will try and do better. I want you guys to enjoy these videos as much as I enjoy doing them. So these are our Bs. Now, I know this is an automotive channel, but I wanted to share that with you guys. Those are our Bs. Sorry, I'm a little closer. You don't want to be right in my face. So those are the Bs that we get every year about this time. The weather's been exceptionally warm here, so our trees are starting to bud out, but you know, we need the bees to pollinate the trees so we have a crop. So I thought you guys might be interested in that. If you're not, sorry. I wanted to just show you guys real quick. See that little seat right there? It says Dodge on it. Eddie's friend Mike just gave that to me. He said, yeah, I heard you're having a baby, so I thought maybe you might get a kick out of this. I think it's really cool. Just like simple things like that just is the coolest thing. And you know, he's just such a nice guy. He's found a couple of things that he likes to scavenge and look for stuff, and yeah, he finds some really cool stuff. And I've seen some of the stuff he's found. I just think it's really cool. So I wanted to share that with you. I don't know what I'd do with it. I'll probably put it up in the shop or something like that and have it like baby's first car seat or something like that. But I wanted to share it with you. So like I said, heading over to Vasco's right now, and I'll probably film more once we get up there and take a look at his car, take a look at it without stripes, and see if what we think. Get your guys' input and feedback. Do you think, you know, he should leave the stripes off? It's going to be de-striped, or do you think that he should put stripes back on again? So we'll check it out and see what the consensus is. I see it. I see it. I see a little bit of a tint change.
Yeah.
And you see it there.
Oh, you do see it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not good.
Yeah, you can still see it in the paint. A little bit right there. You see where the stripe was.
Almost like a ghost.
Yeah.
A ghost.
Yeah, ghost stripes. That works.
So what can we do about that?
Probably polished down.
Okay, so as you can see, there's still a little bit of like a mark where the stripes were in the paint. I think it'll probably detail out, but the question is, what do you guys think? You guys, if you look back on the video, you saw it with the stripe. Leave it like this or put the stripes back on it, because it did have the rally stripes before. So that is the question. Either way, it's a badass looking car, so we'll see what happens, see what he's going to do. Vasco got some 3M stuff if he wants to have it redone. We've got a guy that can do it. So give us your opinion. Okay, so we are going to run down the street to the place that actually built Vasco's car and talk with him. He should have some really cool stuff that he's working on, because he builds some high-end stuff, as you can see from Vasco's car. And so we'll go down and check that out and see what's in there real quick, and then get on with the rest of the day. What's going on, sir? Long time no see.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there.
How's things going?
You did a nice job on that car.
Yeah, come on, nice.
That paint came out real nice. I'm got a YouTube channel now, so filming car stuff, so thought I'd come over here and see what you guys are working on.
Yeah, we got some stuff in here.
Over this way.
Studebaker's original factory supercharged Turlock.
Oh yeah. That's neat.
And then the motor, it was a 2-barrel supercharged, and we found a guy had a 4-barrel intake, and then the guy that owns it, he's like a car collector, so we took a bunch of a little bigger compression in it, a little different cam in it. This thing, even with that supercharger on it, was only like 220 horse.
Yeah, it wasn't anything impressive.
Now it's about 400.
Oh, that'll make a difference. Man, you guys got some really cool stuff in here.
Yeah, we did in this little pickup here. It's got a little blower on it, 383 stroker, and we put TMI interior stuff in it. The TMI interior is nice stuff.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
It was his old farm truck, and he wanted to rebuild the 312 in it, and we talked him into putting the Crown Vicky front end under it,
yeah,
and then we put a Coyote in.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, that's something you don't expect to see underneath the hood of one of these.
It's got a 6-speed automatic in it now. It's got all that.
Oh, okay.
410 Posi in it.
Oh, okay, so that's been updated.
All that's been updated. 56 Merc.
56 Merc. I was going to say I knew about the year, but I wasn't sure what it was.
The body line's weird, because that body line there used to go like this. Remember, they used to come down and go like this.
Oh yeah.
And we made it like that. And it's got a full chassis under it, 6-speed. I think made 817 horse on pump gas. This one of those retractable tops.
Oh yeah.
But we put a... Can I lower this thing down, Tommy? Yeah. Put the wheel was on, and then he had it painted at another place where we got it. He bought it painted that way. He bought it and painted it.
Okay.
A little white block in it.
Oh, look at that.
It's kind of
Man, look at the pulley system on that thing. Good night.
This little thing here we built for a guy. Little hot rod. Look at this upholstery and shit he put in this. He wanted something crazy. He wanted to do something different. So
Get her look. That is something. That is kind of trippy, isn't it?
yeah, fits the car.
It does. That's cool.
Yeah, it's different. I asked him, I said, do you want us to make you a hat and a vest, or this thing here is our Tom's car. We built this thing 3 years ago. This has got all the same suspension as that red one. It's not finished yet.
Oh wow.
This is a bad fucking though.
Oh wow.
Except look at the rear suspension in them.
Oh shit.
But this has got that same rear end, all that shit underneath of it. That's how they work. They run down to the back and.
No shit. I've never ever seen anything like that.
I did all the drip rails on this one.
Gosh.
And built all this shit. Molded everything.
This thing's badass.
And then this has got all one-off suspension. We took this whole tower and suspension out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a ton of hours in this motherfucker too. I molded everything in.
Look at that.
And then it's got a Coyote 6-speed, but this thing's got trick suspension. You'll see.
Oh yeah.
All tubular on, all rack, everything.
Just trying to get over that motor. That is just, that looks
Coyotes
badass
are
in there. It really
They're a
is.
bitch to put in there.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about this with the suspension. Charger back here. Well, you guys got all kinds of cool stuff.
That's an original 68 RT 426 Hemi 4-speed 390 posi. Now this car here, check this out. This old guy comes in, Chuck. He's retired, dude. He goes, hey, I got an old Dodge and I've had it for years, and he says it's been in a barn for like, I've had it stored away for 30 years because I bought it in 1976. He said I drove it a couple years and I put it away, raised my kids, all whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
He goes, I want to get the motor rebuilt and kind of start restoring it and stuff. And he goes, yeah, it's an old Charger. And I said, well, bring it in. So he trailers it over. He pulls up. I see the badge on the side. It says Hemi. So I walk out there. This old guy, I walk out there. I go, Chuck, that fucking thing's got a Hemi in it? He goes like this. Well, of course it does. I mean, there's the old stickers are on it. From
Oh yeah.
The wheels. This is the original paint and everything on this car. That's
Is it really?
That's the original interior, everything.
Damn. That's impressive.
So we did all the undercarriage, the drivetrain, and we redid the motor.
Wow, this is held up very nicely.
Look at this thing.
Oh wow.
I painted all this.
Wow.
We rebuilt the motor, but everything on this car, you see the bumper, everything on it is original carburetor, everything.
Wow. That's
The
impressive.
guy back here, Matt, that collects Mopars,
Yeah.
he come over and offered him 100 grand cash for it just the way it is.
No kidding. The guy turned it down.
Check it. Nah. Yeah, hey,
I don't blame him.
Plug in.
Okay, so that was GT Motorsports. The guy that was talking is Tony. I've known him for quite a few years. He did the paint and body and everything like that on Vasco's cars, and you can see other things in there that he's done. He does some really nice work. Nice guy, very cool guy. So it was kind of cool to see him again, and to see some of the stuff that they're building in that shop is really impressive. I've got to say, I'm very impressed. So yeah, have to go back there sometime and check that out. But now it's a little later than I anticipated it was going to be, so I think we're going to just go ahead and run by Starkweather's real quick and see what's going on. Because we'll see if we're going to get on the dyno today, and if we are, maybe I can do a little bit of filming on that, and if not, then we'll just plan for another day or figure it out. Okay, pulling up to Starkweather's now. What's happening, gentlemen? Just figured I hadn't filmed this thing in a long time. I just wanted to prove I do still own the car. It does still exist. It didn't burn up. It's awesome.
Motor's actually back together.
The motor's actually back together. Oh my gosh, look at that.
I think he's got to put the rack back in it
Okay.
and button up some power steering lines and brake lines.
Cool. Okay, so they're putting the final few things back into the car, onto the car and stuff like that, and he's thinking about 2 hours. So it's about noon right now. Come back about 2 o'clock. Hopefully it should be good to go and get in a little bit of dyno time. Like I said, it's my wife's birthday, so I only have a little bit of time, so I can probably hang out for a couple of hours and see what happens with it. But I want to at least get a few pulls and some numbers and just kind of see how it does and what we're thinking and everything like that. So 2 hours. All right, so this video has so much going on in it that it went into the next day. I ended up going back down to Starkweather's. I got there about 2, and Josh was still putting the car together. I guess he ran into some issues with the front rack and the suspension or what have you. But like I said, ran into some issues, and by the time I left a little after 4, he was like within probably 10 or 15 minutes of getting the car started. He said no matter what, it was going on in the dyno that night, it was going to be done. He was going to finish it up. I had to leave, of course, so I couldn't stay around. I apologize. I've got nothing as far as on the dyno, no first startup or anything like that, but the car is back in the shop at long last. So I went and picked it up just a little bit ago, and Josh just came in basically to deliver the car to me. Then he had to take off. So I started the car up and check engine light. So, and I don't know, maybe it's just a difference on the cam and the heads and everything like that, but it just didn't really sound right. So obviously I wasn't going to leave it there for the weekend sitting out. So I went on ahead, I drove it home, I just babied it. I did not step into it at all. I had to put some fuel in it because it was pretty much on empty. So I texted Josh and just said, hey, check engine light on. So I will have to take it back next week at some point and have him check into that, just make sure everything's copacetic. And you know, even though I know that they bang on them pretty hard on the dyno, and they bang on them as far as the road testing like that, I just really didn't want to jump into it quite yet. I wanted to kind of break everything in, let everything seat properly, you know, before I really started going for it anyway. But yeah, we will definitely be getting that back over to the shop next week. So I will show you guys the dyno sheet. So as you guys will remember, the car made basically almost 443 and 435 torque. And so here are the new numbers, if you guys can focus in on that. But 540 wheel horsepower and 593 pound-feet of torque. So almost 60 pound-feet of torque, and just basically 2 horsepower shy of picking up 100 horsepower at the wheel, which I was very impressed with. I was guessing about 525. I mean, I certainly was optimistic and hoping for a little bit more, but you know, that's actually pretty impressive. And considering there was no exhaust, nothing like that, I know if I wanted to go a little bit farther, I could get it well over 600 at the wheel. But those numbers being true, get it running right, get the check engine light checked out, I think I'm going to be very happy with it. I think I'm going to be very content with it. And if I'm not, well, guess what? I'll sell it, and I still got a C6 Z06, so win-win. But news on the 72 C10 that caught on fire. The good news is that the only thing that was damaged was the positive and negative lead to the battery and plug wires. So that was a basic fix. The truck is back up and running. I haven't been over there, but Eddie texted me and said it wasn't that bad, and we kind of lucked out on that. So that's a good thing. Starter, brand new starter for the 50 Ford to get that back up and running is relatively expensive, much more expensive than we first anticipated. But it is on order, so hopefully that will be in first of the week, and that can be put in, and that car can at least be moved out of the way and over here, because the workshop is very, very full right now. Yeah, definitely stuff happening. I know this video is going to run long. I apologize. There's just a lot of stuff in there, and I could have divided it between 2 videos, but I really didn't want to. So I apologize if you hung with me to the end. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Always something going on, never a dull moment. Whoever said retired life is boring, I disagree. So I'm going to end the video right now. If you like it and you've stuck with me this long, God bless you. Thank you. And give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's a good time, as I always like to say, and so much more is coming that it would probably take me another video just to tell you all the plans and stuff that I have for 2018. Follow me on Instagram, MDH5169, which will be in the description below. Send me something to the post office box. Again, that will be in the description below. And with that, God bless, take care, have an absolutely outstanding day.